Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports Federation TV, the show that brings you all the news about all the sport in all of the Western Cape. I'm Lenyukta Chetty and once again I'll be your host. Tonight we've got a great lineup with three amazing sports joining us. We'll be talking rope skipping, athletics, boxing, and even the coaching commissioner from the Western Cape Provincial Sports Confederation will be joining us later on in the show. With me first, from rope skipping, we have Malusi, Tumtumana, and Masixole, Felani. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Yes, it's lovely to have you here again. Now, rope skipping is one of the disciplines under gymnastics. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, rope skipping, what I like about rope skipping first, rope skipping is one of the cheapest sport. You don't need a lot of equipment. All you need is a skipping rope, a pair of techies, and that's it. So in rope skipping, we have like different events. The first one, they call it speed event, where they time you for 30 seconds, and then you have to run as fast as you can, and the judges, they count how many jumps you can do in 30 seconds by only counting right foot. And then we have what we call freestyle. In freestyle, they give you 1 minute and 15 seconds, and then you must compose a freestyle where you can show off skills that you can do in 1 minute. That's one of my favorite events. And then we have double dutch. Double dutch is where there's two ropes and two turners, and you can show off like skills. You can do break dance. You can do whatever you want, footworks, and then we have like a group performance also.
So you've got this, got soundtrack and everything to go with it. Hey, now Masixole, you are a coach.
Yeah, I'm a coach.
And obviously competing in the sport as well, I would assume.
Yes.
How did you get involved?
Well, I got involved in sport back in 1999. I think it's like 15 years now. I started doing gymnastics in 1999, but unfortunately, gymnastics where I come from in the township, we couldn't have enough equipment to keep the sport going. Right. So South African Gymnastics sent us a world champion. From Belgium. His name was Martin Gotemer to come and run a rope skipping workshop in our community center in Khayelitsha. So he ran a workshop, and then he played some videos on the laptops, and we were watching videos, and then we saw this. This is very cool, and you don't need a lot of equipment. And he said he traveled all over the world by only doing the sport. And we saw that as an opportunity to travel around the world if you can be a professional in the sport, and then you can see many countries with only doing rope skipping. So we started from there, and then after the workshop, and he asked how many people are interested, and we were like 50 in the register. And then he started to come after school to train us in the community center after school, like Wednesday and Thursday, from 3 to 5. Yes, okay. It was very interesting.
And I guess things have just taken off since then.
Yeah, since then, yeah.
All right, Malusi, you're our young celebrity in the world of rope skipping, hey, and you're still in school.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you get involved in the sport?
I started rope skipping in 2008. At that time, rope skipping was popular, and I saw Coach Malusi and others doing it, and I was so happy. And then I wanted to study it.
Right. And recently you excelled in the South African Championships.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened there?
So I got into competitions, speed competition and Western Cape trials. And then I did great. And then last year I got gold medal. And then now I'm going to America.
You're going to America for the World Championship?
Yeah.
Where in America will you be visiting?
It's going to be in Florida.
Florida?
Yes.
Wow, so I hear the climate is like Durban. So you've brought some photos so we can take a deeper look at the sport. Let's have a look at that now.
Yes, that's single rope, pairs freestyle. We were performing at the birthday party for a little girl who saw us in V&A waterfront doing a show, basking, like we're raising money at the V&A waterfront for Malusi to go overseas. So we're doing a show there. Yeah, and it's me and Malusi after the party. Here, this was Western Cape Championship in Bellville Velodrome. Yes. And this is Malusi, won an award last year.
And that was at the South African Gymnastics.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, championship. Okay, so Malusi, you are actually a student of Masixole.
Yeah.
You must be so proud knowing that your student is now going to the World Championship.
Yes,
Hey.
I am very proud. I am very proud of him. I think he was very small when I started coaching him, and I had like a very, very, very big vision. Like I was also once a world champion back in 2006. So in my club in Kailicha, so always like training, I want to produce a world champion. So I think this is the dream come true. Here is Malusi going to America, and I'm pushing very hard. We are training hard. We are training hard. Me and Sibu are pushing him to make sure he's gonna go there and come back with a medal.
Now it can't be cheap
Yes.
to travel to America
Yes,
for a world championship. How much does Malusi? How much do you need to raise to go there?
Well, we are going to need 40,000 rand for him to send him over. So far we've raised 10,000 rand, and we are going to use we need 40,000 and also another 40,000 for his coach to go over.
Okay.
Yes.
And when is this World Championship taking place?
Now it's going to take place the 1st of July until the 10th of July.
Okay, so a few months left
Yes.
to raise another 30, well actually 70,000 rand
Yes.
for Malusi to go. Now you said you've been a world champion, and now we've got Malusi going to represent the country there. You competing with other countries at a world championship, and I can imagine that the Americans must be pretty good at rope skipping as well.
Yeah. Yes, it was a very tough competition when I did the world championships, but my coach believed in us and said, "You can guys do it. I know you can do it. I believed in you," and we also believed in him, as he is also believing in me that he can do it. I told him he can do it. So it was not a surprise, because we were training hard.
Yeah.
To make sure that we win the medals.
Okay.
Yes.
Malusi, what grade are you in?
Grade 12.
Grade 12, matric. So how difficult is it, or how rewarding is it actually to balance being, now you can call yourself a professional athlete, a gymnast, and schoolwork?
Yeah, when it's come to school, it's very difficult, but I do handle it. When I get back to school, I do some work stuff like cleaning, and then I go to gym. When I come back to gym, I do my homeworks, and then
Yeah, so you have balance.
Yeah, I do have balance.
All right. Masixole, how is the children, the other children or the youngsters responding to rope skipping in Kailicha at the moment?
Well, now we are having a big numbers who are very interested. Last week we had 104 kids in our community center, coaching 104 kids. Right. They are very interested, and they are all wanting to join us, and they are all welcome, and we are going to make sure that we take them and we push them.
Yeah, and we've got this young, amazing man here, being an inspiration to all those little kids in the community. Hey, okay, well, that's great for now. We'll be back after the break with more rope skipping, so don't go anywhere.